Hey, this is Keith at Aftrax and Honeybees. Hope y'all are having a good day. Beautiful day today here in the eastern foothills of North Carolina. Mid 70s, little breeze blowing, girls are flying, goldenrod's blooming. It's a good day for bees. Anyway, we're going to take a peep inside a few of these hives up here in what I call my nursery. It used to be where all my small hives were, and some of the small ones got kind of big, so it really isn't much of a nursery anymore. But we're going to peep in these nukes and a couple of hives I'd consider lighter than the rest of them, and just see what's going on. Make sure the queen's doing her thing, make sure we got good food. Might play Robin Hood a little bit and rob from the rich and give to the poor, but you really don't know what you got until you look in there. You really don't need to feed unless your bees need feed. So let's look in there and see what we got, and we'll go from there. Okay, we're going to go in this little nuke first. I'll give them a little bit of smoke. I got a screen bottom board so I can slide out the bottom plastic board and give them a little smoke underneath. I'm going to start the day without my gloves on. We'll see how that goes. I like working without my gloves, but if we get popped, we'll put our gloves on. As y'all know that have been with me before, I run screen tops on a lot of my colonies, so that's what you're seeing here. Go real gentle. There's Mr. Roach, we'll take care of him. There's a spider over here. You never know what you're going to see in the top of your hive. You'll have roaches, spiders, ants, some small hive beetles. They'll get corralled up on top sometime. Okay, got a lot of good propolis over here where they had it stuck together, but I don't see the queen, so we'll just knock those bees off. Okay, we got a lot of bees in this box. Let's see what they've been up to. A little bit of smoke. Okay, got some good drawn out comb here. Got a little honey, got a little pollen, got some nectar. Don't see any brood, which that's fine. It was an outside frame. Nothing wrong with that. Set that one down. Oh, this next one, we've already got some brood. These girls have been busy. No, that's not brood, that's honey. Okay, not much nectar in that one. Okay, that frame's light. Yeah, if we play Robin Hood, then I think this one's going to be some of the poor that we rob from the rich and give to. Oh, we got some brood there. Can y'all see that? Then a little bit on this side. Now remember, I use all medium equipment. I don't use any deeps. So even the nukes are mediums. Some of the hives I might rob from are down at my bigger hives down at the shop. So I don't know how much we'll move around today. These girls aren't starving by any means. They got nectar on these frames. So I'll probably wait and kind of inventory everything I've got before I decide what I'm going to move around. we'll go ahead and go into the next box and see what it looks like. But we know we got a queen. We've got larvae and cap brood. Okay. I'll set this one over here. Okay, got a lot of bees in this box. Just getting a little bit of smoke out of my smoker, but they got the point. Come on, let's get going. Now notice I always start over on the side. I'm mentoring several beekeepers, and that's one thing I always try to tell all of them. I like starting on the side and making a hole to work in. Yeah, got some brood there. Not brood, got some nectar there. Excuse me. Got a little pollen. Okay, got some brood there. I'm not looking for the queen, but if I see her, I'll point her out. But got lots of brood there. Some good looking frames in this little nuke this time of year. But like I say, they could use a little bit more food. Nice frame of brood. Got brood on that side. Got brood on that side. The next frame's brood too. So we've gone far enough. I know we've got brood. I know we could use a little bit of food. So that's what I'll mark on top of the hive. Then after I go through and check all my hives, I'll decide then what I'm going to put where. So I can make good decisions going into the winter. I'm not really worried about any of my bees starving during the winter, because I made that previous video. I showed you what I was going to do with my top feeder shim and my Hive Alive patties, so they'll always have food. And we are in North Carolina here, so I don't have to worry about a real deep freeze. They'll always be able to break cluster and go to the top pretty regularly around here. So I don't have the concern that folks have way up north and in some of the places that once it gets cold, it gets really cold, and they can't break cluster and they can starve to death with food right over their head. I really don't have that problem here. So okay, stay tuned. Let's move over to the next nuke. Okay, we'll check this other little nuke, see how it's doing. A little bit of smoke, a little smoke under the bottom, under the screen bottom board. Now this hive I don't have a screen top on. I need to get another one, but it's got a, I've got some screen over the hole in the top of the inner cover, just so they can't get up in the top. Mr. Spider's been collecting a few honeybees. So let's get a little bit of smoke through the hole. Boy, stick stuff together good, don't they? Okay. Look for the queen. Don't see her. Knock those bees off. A little bit of smoke. I imagine this nuke's going to look a lot like the other one. It's going to be a little light on food, but we should have a little bit of nectar, and the queen should be good. Oh yeah, there's already brood on that next frame. Nice little patch of brood. Can y'all see that? You won't be able to see the larvae down in the holes on these yellow foundations, but queen's doing a great job. Got some more brood there. Got more there. It's not the greatest pattern on that side, but it still looks pretty good for this time of year. You know, during the dearth, when the flow slows down back in July and August around here, the queen quits laying as many. She only lays according to the food she's got coming in. Wow, look at that. That looks sweet. But now that the goldenrod and the asters have picked up, she's got a lot more food coming in, so she goes back to laying those fat winter bees that we all want to see. So she's doing a good job for us. Like I say, I'm not looking for the queen, but I'll point her out if I see her. But these are light on food too, just like I thought they would be. They're not going to starve. They've got nectar, but they. What I'd really like to do is I'll probably overwinter them 3 high. What I'd like to do is any of the brood in that top box, or in this top box, move it down to the second box, and then put 5 frames of food in the top. Then I'll also do the feeder shim with a live patty on top of that. Even on the nukes, there's a little bit of weight there. So that'll put these girls in great shape going into the winter. Let's take a quick peek down here in the second box. You know, with these nukes, you can kind of just pick them up and see what they feel like. It feels a little light. But like I say, I'm going to move all that brood down to this box. Then put some 5 frames of food up on top. And they'll be in great shape. Yeah, we got some nectar there. So they're not starving. Next frame has brood. These bees are a little fidgety, but you can see they're pretty well behaved. Nobody's going crazy. Some good brood there. I see some on the next frame. So the queen's doing fine. We'll put these back together. The notes on this one will be pretty much like the other nuke. Queen right, needs food. But you notice I don't spend a whole lot of time in the hives. You always have a mission before you go in. Yeah, and then I stuck the cover on before I put the third box on. Duh. You always have a mission before you go in. Then you go in, get out of the way, and you get it done. You're not a tourist. You're a beekeeper. Okay. Well, that's about it for this nuke. We'll make some notes. I'm not going to bore you while I do that. But all I do is write on top with a Sharpie. Nothing complicated. My life was complicated for 40 years when I worked in maintenance at a lot of different industries. So since I retired, I like simple. Okay. Well, we'll go on and look at one of these full-size boxes, and that'll be about it for this video, so just hang on for a minute. Okay, this next little hive is interesting. I want to take a look at it. It hadn't been as busy as some of my other 10-frame hives, so I'm curious to see what's going on in it. I think they've still got a queen, but I don't know. They've just been a little less active than the other ones, so we'll see what's going on. Give them a little smoke. You know, this time of year, if I did find a problem with the hive, it's almost too late to really do anything other than combine the queenless hive with another hive. Take your losses in the fall, so you go into spring stronger. But looks like I got 3 or 4 frames of bees here on top. Let's see what they're up to. Nothing on that one. Got a hive beetle. These are acting a little more antsy than the nukes. But that frame, that's a heavy frame. So they've, you see that? Lots of nectar, honey here on the end, got a little bit of pollen. Same thing on that side. So the food looks good. Let's see what this one looks like. Got some very spotty brood, but I see larvae down in there. Can y'all see any of the little white worms? Like right in here. See some emerging brood over here. Same here, I got larvae, got brood. Look at these over here though, they're very agitated. Sorry, I just figured out that my camera had cut off. I went through the top box of this 10-frame hive. I don't know when it cut off, but I had spotty brood, but really good food, kind of the opposite of the nukes. So I decided to go ahead and look in the bottom box over here and see what they look like. Nothing there. Let's give them a little bit more smoke. If I am having queen trouble, it's too late in the year to try to make another one or do much about it. I would probably just combine them with a strong hive and be done with it. Yeah, these are getting a little aggravated. Very little bit of brood. Got a lot of pollen they've brought in. Not much weight at all in this bottom box. Yeah, this one, just like I thought, it's not looking real good. Bees are getting a little whacked out. No brood there, no brood on the next one. So let's button them up before they light me up. But then I'll just have to think about it. I might go ahead and see if I can find the queen. Oh, she didn't get me. See if I can find the queen and pinch her and just combine these, because she's not doing very good. But they do have some good food. So if I do combine them, I might can use some of that food on some of the other colonies. Okay, well, we'll button these up. But that's about it for this video. I'm going to be doing the same thing in all my hives, just to get an idea of what's going on. I'll be crunching all the hives down into 3 or 4 boxes before I go into winter. Some of them are 5 or 6 high right now. That's too many. So I just want to get an idea of what was going on before I do that, which I'll probably do in a couple of weeks after the goldenrod and the aster flow calms down. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Sorry the camera went off, not sure when it did, but if you liked it, please hit that like button. If you like the channel, please hit the subscribe. Always make sure to take time to enjoy the buzz, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.